Ah, what's good, y'all? What's good? What's good? Um, Here we are with another weekend upon us and some more information to dispense and discuss on Be Real with D-Real on this live Saturday show. I'm gonna give y'all a few minutes to get settled and situated. I give y'all about 5 minutes, and then I get into it. I won't be before you long. I just have a couple of things I want to hit on, and then we can move on to the next thing popping. Did y'all watch the latest video that I just dropped this morning about the real Karate Kid? And that's what I'm going to be rounding off because I talk, if y'all watch the videos, y'all rock with me this week and watch the videos, then y'all saw all of the videos were kind of like they were martial arts based, or it was about a martial arts character, that kind of thing. Just on my martial arts tip. I mean, no particular reason why. I just felt like, yuck, nasty light. And I just felt like I needed to touch on some martial arts characters. But I'm gonna let y'all get in here and get all situated. We only like a minute in, so yeah, I won't be before you long. Hear that in church all the time, and they be before you for 9-11 hours. Trying mushroom coffee for the first time. Don't know how I feel about it yet. It is different kind of taste. But I need to get used to some plant-based stuff. I need more plant-based stuff in my life. I need as much plant-based stuff as I can get. Oh, no, wait a minute. I'll wait. I'm about to spill. How long has it been since you've seen a pen like that? 4 different colors, 4 pens in one. How long has it been since you've seen a pen like that? Don't lie. Man. Oh, I didn't want to throw it on the floor. Oh. Might need it later. Hey, while I got y'all out here, subscribe to the page, like the page, comment. Let me know what y'all think about the material that I'm putting out, because I want to tailor it to my people. You know, the people who follow me, the folks that rock with me, like Young T Austin, Deece Diesel, Overstand Mocha, and I'm probably forgetting like 1 or 2 of y'all that are consistently in my comments section, you know, just kind of voicing your opinion or saying what you liked or saying what you didn't like or what you would like to see in the future. I appreciate that. And I see y'all. So, and anybody else who would like to be seen, go ahead. Oh, I can't forget my man, Big Nub. I am Black Jesus, my homie, my partner. Thank you, brother, for keeping me motivated with your conversation. Just kind of and it felt natural. It felt, you know, not forced. And like I said, appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Father's Day gift. Dog dad. That's what my babies think about me. Dog dad. I don't know. Anyway, it is 10 past the hour. So I am going to go ahead and get on into what I'm going to get into in this stream hit it and quit it, so to speak. And y'all can be out and be about your day. From rip, let me. That's better. Okay. Now, from rip, as always, I got to talk to y'all about the Recast TChalla movement. Let me get that out of the way, or I might even periodically mention it throughout this stream, whatever you want to call it. There is a movement. I call it our one movement because we all have one goal in mind. There are several content providers out there, like E-Man's Reviews, and I ain't saying, I'm just saying, with TOB, that have Recast TChalla petitions out there that are doing a recast TChalla movement. Well, I wouldn't say E-Man is as active as others, but he was kind of the forerunner of it. So got to give props what props is due. We want to see the character of T'Challa recast in the Marvel Cinematic Universe and the Black Panther franchise. Reason being, there are tons of reasons. But the one that really jumps out at me is, how are you going to have a movie with the words Black Panther in it and not have T'Challa in it? I get, what people are saying about the Shuri thing, and she's supposed to succeed him and all of that. And if you haven't watched any of my Recast T'Challa videos, then you know that this is not 100% accurate. Shuri steps in as a regent for T'Challa while he's incapacitated. But as far as taking over, nah, she don't do that. And Disney and Marvel Studios, Kevin Feige in particular, have already said we will not recast the character of T'Challa. But I have a feeling with the strength of this movement and how it's moving forward, I don't think they're gonna be able to say that for too much longer. Because if they're planning 3 movies, they got another one to go. And content providers that are watching, if y'all see this, hey, let's link up. We want to do this. We want our voices to be heard collectively, so that they know this ain't just a bunch of village idiots out here whistling Dixie about a particular topic. Okay, we are dead ass serious about this, man. It's like you see all of that back there. You know what I'm saying? You can't tell me that the character of T'Challa is not needed. And I don't want to go and hash over all of the other stuff. If you want to get the full Monty, check out my videos, check out some of the stuff. Excuse me. Check out some of the stuff that I've said on my videos with regard to the recast, with regard to Kevin Feige, with regard to other social content contributors and their little funky remarks about what they had to say, the hypocrisy of it all boils down to hashtag recast T'Challa, hashtag recast T'Challa or else, hashtag recast T'Challa still. It's what we're doing. Get used to it, because it's not going to change. Not anytime soon. Now, on to another little sensitive topic that I want to talk about. I wouldn't be derailed if I didn't. The sentencing of Derek Chauvin yesterday for the murder of George Floyd. My man got 270 months. 270 months is about what? I don't have me messing up doing the wrong kind of math. Matter of fact, y'all have to excuse me. My math ain't the greatest. I could just, you know what? I could probably just go to the article and see. Nah, don't have to. Done. Thank you, Google. 270 months is 22.5 years. And from what I've read, that's double what he should have got. He also he's also, I guess they have a deadly predators list, kind of like the sexual offenders list, and he's going to be on the deadly predators list. He's not allowed to own firearms, ammunition, or weapons of any kind for the rest of his life. um, I would say the scales of justice are somewhat balanced. That's a beginning. Definitely a beginning. I like the fact that, that they, I ain't gonna say I like the fact, but I am in agreement with the fact that they threw the book at him. I know there are more people who feel like, he should have got more time or that. I'm like, well, damn. 22 and a half years ain't enough for you, Mugs? What? Good look, what, life without the possibility? Y'all want a Shawshank. Y'all want a Shawshank, Chauvin, huh? You know what? Long as he got a substantial amount of time, I feel like justice was served. As long as they didn't, get him off on no penny ante little sissy mouth punk case and just be like, oh, we gave him 9 years. Oh, I would have been kind of, side eyeing him too if they had gave him like a little soft reduced sentence. But I feel like the sentence he got was like, bam, like take that. And the Floyd family should be cool with that. I have not yet gotten out here into the ether and kind of swam around and seen, what the feedback and what the opinions and the thought processes are about the sentencing. But for people of color, it should be like, yay, cool. It's about time, because we've come a long way. And we need to really think about this. We've come a long way from watching dozens, I'm exaggerating when I say dozens, but watching several, at least 4 cops beat and scourge, and that's what I'm calling it. It's a scourge, because if you ain't got no way to fight back, you get scourged. The scourging of Rodney King back in the early 90s, and we saw that on video, live in living color, and not one police officer served time. 2, we've had enough. We're not going to see this no more. That man needs to pay for the obvious crime he committed that was captured on video. Man, is the statute of limitations ran out on Wynn and Coon and Powell and all of those cats that did what they did? You know what I'm saying? I bet they concerned now. I mean, if we're gonna call back people's crimes for 2030, ain't that what they did with Bill Cosby? I ain't saying he innocent, I ain't saying he guilty, but you did go back a long time to find victims to frame his situation with. Bottom line, ladies and gentlemen, justice has been served in a major way. Derek Chauvin is going under the jail, and life is good. Yes, I would think so. I'm quite happy with my man being all up under the jail. But on to some more pleasant news. Okay. In the past 2 weeks, there have been 2 movies out, 2 new movies released. Well, I mean, there have been more than 2 movies, but 2 movies in particular that I want to discuss are F9 and Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard. Both of them, I haven't seen Fast 9, but I have seen the Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard. Overall, it's basically Hitman's Bodyguard with Selma Hayek injected. It literally does nothing different from the previous formula other than the addition of Selma Hayek. It's the same kind of rhetoric, the same kind of tomfoolery. You know, Morgan Freeman is in the movie. You know, nice to see Morgan working. And Antonio Banderas plays like the bad guy. And of all the performances in that movie, I think I was most impressed with Antonio, and Samuel Jackson's one of my favorite actors. But I liked Antonio Banderas's portrayal. There you go. That's the word I'm looking for, of the Greek villain guy. Lots of headshots in this movie. And I don't mean headshots like pictures. I mean headshots like I'm shooting you in the head, headshots. So I think movies are getting hip to the fact that, okay, if I'm going to shoot you and I'm trying to lay you down with one shot, I probably should shoot you somewhere that will lay you down in one shot. Ryan Reynolds, he's got his same, you know, kind of deadpan humor that he's doing. And, you know, and Samuel L. Jackson is just Samuel L. Jackson. And Selma Hayek has a potty mouth. I mean, there's some stuff coming out of her mouth. I was like, really? That's Selma Hayek? I know she probably didn't feel good. She probably didn't feel good saying what she said because she sounded like I'm not gonna say nothing bad about Selma Hayek because Selma Hayek she's a treasure. They made a lot of references to Selma Hayek being old, particularly the women in this movie. That a lot of folks made I ain't gonna say what happened after they made reference to her being old, but suffice to say, they made reference to her being old. For the record, Selma Hayek ain't old. Selma Hayek is middle-aged. If the average life expectancy is about what, 80, 70, 80 years, she's just a little bit past the halfway point. So technically, still middle-aged. Y'all be nice. You know what I'm saying? But I know that was just to like drive the movie, make the plot go, oh, who's this old lady trying to blah, 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 blah. You know, and love her accent. Love her accent. I love the attempt to not use her accent, but uses her accent anyway. Okay. F9, from what I've heard, it's a bit over the top. I believe that the Fast and Furious franchise, alliteration, gotta love it, has jumped the shark, so to speak. And for those of you that don't know what Jump the Shark is, I might be dating myself. But back in the days, there was this show called Happy Days, you know, with the Fonz, all of that. Latchkey Kid. What can I say? And the show, I think it was like in its fourth season, and they were so popular, and there was so much going on in that show with little Richie Cunningham and Joni and Chachi and Fonzie and all of that, that they wanted to make it dope and say, okay, we're going to have Fonzie get on some water skis and jump a shark. And jump a shark. Okay. Since then, that term has come to mean, all right, man, you doing the most, and y'all need to stop. With all of this crazy stuff y'all doing, y'all need to pump y'all brakes. Now, Fast and Furious, I think beyond the third or fourth Fast and Furious, it's pretty much gotten redonkulous from that point. It's just been really crazy things going on, and they're trying They're trying to incorporate too much into a franchise. I get it. Y'all want to make money. I understand that. But, bro, y'all doing the most. Y'all are doing the most with this Fast and Furious franchise. Pump your brakes, man. Let it die. Let it let it go the way of the dodo. Leave it alone. It is y'all doing the most. Stop. Fast and Furious is doing the most. I'ma just go ahead and say it. I'm sorry. Vin Diesel, John Cena, Michelle Rodriguez, Ludacris, Tyrese, and Cardi B. Cardi B, fam, you have jumped the shark. Y'all have jumped the shark. There's nothing else to do. There's nothing else to do. And there's a lot of things going on in that movie that are just eye-popping WTF moments, from what I'm told. There's a satellite that's downloading or uploading something in the movie, and the way they get to that satellite, bruh. First of all, y'all got to the satellite. But I'm gonna leave it alone. Fast and Furious 9, I think you could go without seeing this movie and be just fine. I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all done already got paid anyway. The movie's out. So I'm sorry. I cannot, in good conscience, recommend F9 for nobody to go see. If you want to go see it for nostalgic purposes, if you want to go see it for continuity purposes, which is what I think the vast majority of people are doing, they want to see what's happening next. And it's like, bruh, pretty soon the Fast and Furious gang finna be fighting the Avengers. I mean, that's the level of ridiculousness that y'all are bordering on at this point. Sorry. D-Real always has nice things to say, but drawing a blank here, family. Drawing a blank. I like fast cars, just like the next person, but y'all doing the most. You're doing the most with it. On the positive tip, a couple of previews that I saw this week got me excited like a giddy elementary school kid who's about to get some candy. Okay. First, Shang-Chi and the 10 Rings. They dropped a new trailer this week. And in that trailer, we get to see a little more than we saw in the first one. And one of the things we get to see is Michelle Yeoh, the incomparable Michelle Yeoh, who looks great for her age, by the way. And she's playing Shang-Chi's mom. Now, Shang-Chi's mom isn't the biggest OMG moment in the trailer. The biggest OMG moment in this trailer is the appearance of the Abomination in a cage match. Yeah, that Abomination from the Incredible Hulk. Now, this could either be an incredible, amazing, wonderful thing, or it could be a horrible thing. Let's think about it for a second. The Abomination. We talking class 100 strength. Okay, smacking helicopters and crushing cars and stomping buildings down. We talking that Abomination. That level of strength. He can go toe to toe with the Hulk. That level of strength. In a cage match with Shang-Chi. Okay, one or two things are going to happen in Shang-Chi, Legend of the Ten Rings. Number one, Shang-Chi is going to find out that he has some kind of hidden special extra power that will allow him to go toe-to-toe or to at least hold his own against a powerhouse like the Abomination. Or the MCU is going to do what they always do. They're going to incorporate something crazy and over the top and ain't going to give us no context with it. How do you think Shang-Chi is going to beat the Abomination? How is that going to happen? I mean, it makes sense. The last I heard about the Abomination was that he was being held in a facility in Antarctica by S.H.I.E.L.D. And my guess is that during the blip, during the snap, a lot of integral people at whatever the incarceration facility is that he was at were gone. And so that gave him the opportunity to bust up out of there. And so now he's overseas somewhere fighting in cage matches. That's cool. Shang-Chi is one of the Marvel movies that I'm actually like, kind of like, yeah, let's see that, because it incorporates, two of my favorite genres: comic books, martial arts. A good time is guaranteed to be had by all. There's going to be a lot of off Canon subjects, and retcons will be the explanation. Canon and retcon, I'll explain that to y'all in a minute. But just I'm gonna get on through what I need to get through before I get to Canon and retcon. Shang-Chi drops in September. And I am way past ready for it, because we need something. We need a banger, man. We need something to come out and just put us on our ear like, oh, did you see that? I haven't seen something like that in a while. Tell you though, I did see a preview of another movie that's coming out this fall, and it's called The Harder They Fall. Oh my goodness. This movie looks off the chain. Just to give you reference, it's a Western. It's a Western with a lot of black actors in it. What black actors, you might ask? I'm so glad you asked. Jonathan Majors from Lovecraft Country, Idris Elba from everything, Regina King from everything, Lakeith Stanfield, Zazie Beetz, and my man Delroy Lindo. What? All in the same damn movie at the same damn time? I'm in. Okay? Lots of gunplay, lots of one-liners. It looks dope. I mean, Regina King comes out, in the preview, and she does that thing, like Malcolm X, and tells everybody to go that way, and they all ride out, and she's sitting on a train track, and the engineer gets out, and he's like, "You crazy?" And let's just say it looks raw. It looks raw. It is definitely. Go online right now and look up the trailer. Well, not right now. After you get done hanging with me, go online and look at the trailer to The Harder They Fall. Check out the trailer. In fact, check out that the new trailer for Shang-Chi and the 10 Rings if you haven't already. They are both fire. Okay? You definitely do, and they both come out in the fall. You do not want to miss Shang-Chi and Legend of the 10 Rings or The Harder They Fall. The Harder They Fall will be on Netflix. Okay, so if you ain't got Netflix, you got time to get rid of some subscriptions and add Netflix to your subscription. I am in the process of figuring out what I need to get rid of subscription-wise, because I was looking at the numbers. I'm subscribed to so much stuff. The idea was to get these little subscriptions to these places so you wouldn't have to pay cable company prices. But then when you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them joints, you paying just as much as you would if you was working with a cable company. So, so I'll have to reevaluate who stays and who goes as far as subscriptions go. Um, but back to Canon and Retcon. These are terms that are used heavily throughout comics and comic related situations. Okay. Canon means exactly what it sounds like what it says. If this occurred in a chronicle of events in the life of this character or this group of people, this is Canon. Like, for instance, in comic book Canon, the original 5 Avengers are Iron Man, Thor, the Hulk, Ant-Man, and the Wasp. That's Canon. Now, a retcon would be Hulk, Thor, Iron Man, Captain America, Black Widow, and the Wasp. Okay. In comic book Canon, the Black Widow and Hawkeye are not founding members of the Avengers. Hawkeye does not become an Avenger until Avengers issue 16. And the Black Widow does not become an Avenger until issue 111? Something like that. I mean, she's on the cover of issue 100, but that's just like, oh, we throwing everybody we can in here because we need to assemble. Not necessarily she's a member. She officially became a member because she ran with the Avengers for years on different adventures. Adventures. Be careful. But she's not a founding member. So the point I'm getting at is when you retcon something, supposedly, from that point forward, whatever you make that story out to be is what becomes Canon. Now, here's an example. I'm picking on Marvel. Let's switch it up and go at DC. All right. From the 1930s clear up to about the 1980s, Superman had powers and continued to gain powers and continued to do things and was just to the point where he was the most overpowered superhero there ever was. I mean, I read an old Superman comic book once where he had super ventriloquism. Super ventriloquism. Okay. Now, and the situation was literally, if you didn't have any kind of kryptonite or some kind of magic, don't even bother getting into a fight with Superman because it's a wash. Now, in 1986, I think it was 86, Superman was retconned because of the Crisis on Infinite Earths. It would take more time than I have to explain Crisis on Infinite Earths. But basically, long story short, all-powerful being comes through, and he's wiping out entire universes. And along with those universes, the Earths that are in those universes and the heroes that are in those universes. But with the help of, some good guys, they take all of those Earths or certain aspects of those Earths, cram them into one Earth, and that Earth becomes the one mainstream primary Earth. And everybody's origins get to start up all over again, like with Superman. So we're starting Superman's origin from the get-go. His parents are still alive. He's not as powerful as he was back in the 30s, 40s, and 50s, but he's still pretty powerful. That is a retcon. Another term, what we call, they nerfed Superman. And when you nerf something, that means just like nerf is soft. Okay, so you soften it. He ain't as tough as he was. He ain't as powerful as he was. And it's a term that gets used in video games as well. You nerf that. So that's nerf and retcon. Now, the issue I have with nerfing and retconning is, well, number one, my first issue, recast TChalla. If we are on this stuff now where we're talking about multiverses, and I will reference Loki. Loki meeting a other universe female version of himself on the show. Okay. Why can't T'Challa meet a version of himself? And if he got to die, all right, die, and then let that version take over. We doing multiversal stuff. Doctor Strange is doing multiversal stuff. Spider-Man this December, he's going to be doing multiversal stuff. Excuse me. Allergies acting up. So why can't we get something multiversal popping with T'Challa? Choice. You see what I'm saying? And when you retcon something, it seems like there's this unwritten rule that when you retcon something, everything that came before it disappears. That doesn't exist anymore. Okay. For terms of a respect thread, and a respect thread is basically when you post pictures or paragraphs or something on social media showing how nice, how powerful, how skilled a certain individual is, either because you're trying to prove something in a debate or you just like that character and you're saying, check out how dope Wolverine is, that kind of a thing. So when there's a retcon, everything that happened prior to that retcon no longer exists in Canon. But my argument is the comic books are still there. A lot of people, I don't know who y'all are, and I ain't calling out no names, but when you shoot links to things like Quora and Wikipedia, you got to understand something. User created content. User answered questions. Okay. So now in terms of a question of, does what came before a retcon no longer exist after it's retcon? And I know I'm talking really super nerdy right now, but the nerds in the know understand what I'm saying. So what I'm getting at is this, basically. Okay. Earlier this week, I did a video on the Bronze Tiger. A lot of people didn't know who the Bronze Tiger was. That to me says that's all the more reason why I needed to do a video on the Bronze Tiger, because doesn't nobody know who he is. He's top 5 martial arts, skill-wise. Top 5 martial artists in the Marvel universe. In the DC universe. There was a comic book. There was an issue of Detective Comics back in the day where the Bronze Tiger was brainwashed and working for the League of Assassins, and him and Batman fought, and he dropped Batman with a gut shot. So does that mean that never occurred? I'm looking at the comic book. I see it. So if I'm just somebody who wants to read a comic book and I don't care nothing about retros and retcons and all of that crap, and I read this book and I go, ooh, Bronze Tiger just kicked the crap out of Batman. I bet in a fight he could handle Batman. No, he can't. Batman is the greatest living hand-to-hand combatant ever. I get it. But even the greatest living hand-to-hand combatant gets washed sometimes. You know, it's like, can't nobody beat Batman in a hand-to-hand fight. Batman's beating up Deathstroke, and Deathstroke has superpowers. Okay, so that brings up another point. What is and ain't canon in terms of television shows, animated cartoon versus animated movies? What's retcon? What's canon? You see what I'm saying? You got all of these different formats, all of these different mediums where you have these characters and you say, this right here is what's mainstream. I don't know about y'all, but the only reference material that I can look at and say I'm going to use that as a point of reference is comics. So if it happened in the comics, that's where we're at. Damn a cartoon, damn a cartoon movie, damn a movie. Those are all divergent universes. That's how I feel. They're different multiversal events. The MCU is just another universe as opposed to the 616. Because clearly what goes on in the 616 and what goes on in the MCU entirely different. And that's my point. In the 616, the 5 original Avengers include the 3 big hitters, Ant-Man and the Wasp. But in the MCU universe, you have a different assemblage of characters who founded the Avengers. And if you go to another universe, you get that same concept, that same thing going on. So it's kind of hard, at least for me, if I'm being logical, it's hard to say what is and what ain't canon. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, okay, this is what we're drawing right now. This is what we're writing right now. So this is canon. So that just X's out everything that was. So I got all of these comic books and all of the events and occurrences in these comic books are meaningless. They don't exist anymore. Yeah, they do. I'm holding the comic book in my hand. Oh, but it's not canon. Does it exist? Did it happen? It happened. I don't care what universe it happened in. I don't care what multiverse it happened in. Batman got kicked in the stomach and curled up in a ball because Bronze Tiger kicked him. It happened. You know? And just take that L. Just take that L. Sign for that L, my dude. That's all you got to do. And we can move on to the next thing. And that's all I'm really trying to say about retcons and canon, what is and what isn't. I mean, it seems like it's subjective. You know what I'm saying? Like there's an emotional component involved in it because the writer likes this character and they want to see this character do great things or look dope or be the greatest in the universe, or you know what I mean? It isn't a set, this must happen, then this must happen. It ain't like that. It's like, I like this character, so I'm gonna Jeff him up. I like this character, so I'm gonna amp him. You know what I'm saying? I'm the writer. I can do that. You know what I'm saying? Writers like Dan Slott, who's I think he's currently drawing Spider-Man, and he did Silver Surfer, and he gave Silver Surfer a sense of humor. He made Silver Surfer joking and all of that. And on the one hand, I understand if you don't spend a whole lot of time someplace, you're gonna pick up the mannerisms, habits of that place, i.e., Earth. Silver Surfer's cracking jokes, laughing, making pop culture references. He was there long enough. Shouldn't he have been able to figure that out? You see what I'm saying? That's reasonable, but what we loved about Silver Surfer most was his melancholy contemplating. You know what I'm saying? Him flying around on a surfboard. Look at all of these humans and how they waste their resources and blah, blah, blah. And he would give some really deep, meaningful commentary. But now, in the vein of wanting him to be more relatable, we got him cracking jokes and whatnot. I get it. I 100% totally get it. We got to inject something new into a character to make that character more interesting, to make that character more relatable. But if you've already established the character and you establish what that character is and what that character isn't, to just go and change it, you're losing fans. Or maybe the change is to an attempt to gain more. Do what y'all got to do. I like the Silver Surfer the way he was. But I mean, writers are going to write. As a writer, I understand. There are some things that need to change. They definitely need to change. And then as far as a situation evolving and, folks getting married, folks having children, carrying on their legacy, something I'd like to see in Black Panther, cinematically, carrying on his legacy. Don't just murder him off. Oh, but that's about to be Canon. You see what I'm saying? And as I've said before in previous videos, too many times I've seen comic books change to follow the patterns of TV shows and movies to make them more relatable to a bigger demographic. In the process, not caring about the fans who care about that character and want to see that character the way that character was first conceptualized and the way they came to love that character, or even killing off a character, or even changing a character's gender. Like, my thing is, Iceman is gay now. Okay, progressive, cool. You could have just made up a mutant and made him gay. Why did you have to make Bobby Drake gay? I'm not saying Bobby Drake being gay is a bad thing. I'm just saying, to the people that Iceman appeals to, his fan base, the people who care about him, who care about what he does, where he goes, might be a change they aren't ready for. And it might be a change that causes them to shy away from the character. I don't know. Maybe if they really love that character, they could accept that character for what that character is or isn't. But is that character really not, or is that thing? Or is it just something someone writing that character said, I'm going to do this? I mean, I guess through osmosis, the actions of a writer become the actions of the character. So maybe what we should start doing is, when writers do things to artists that we don't like them doing, be a little more vocal about it. Be a little more vocal about it. And speaking of being vocal, I'm being vocal about Recast, TChalla, still. I'm being vocal about recasting TChalla still. And I'm going to continue to be vocal about recasting TChalla still. That's my time, y'all. Again, go back, like, comment, subscribe to the page. Tell other people to like, comment, and subscribe to the page. Be Real with D-Real. Subscribe to the page. And I'll be back later next week with new videos. Dropping all new videos next week. All new topic, all new subject matter. But again, like I always say, I'm going to continue talking about TChalla recast at least in one video a week, excuse me. I might do more. I might need to do more. I might need to start pushing a little harder in that area to try to, raise awareness, because I don't think a lot of people are aware of what's being perpetrated against the character of TChalla, against a Black role model, a prominent Black role model, a prominent Black male role model. We're just going to take him and cast him to the side, never to be seen again. Hop mad, hot as fish grease about that. Okay? Since the age of 8, you're just going to take my character away from me. And I'm sure there are tons more people who feel like me. It's a movement. Recast TChalla. Recast TChalla or else. Recast TChalla still. I'm D Real. Y'all have a wonderful afternoon.